All right, we're rolling. All right, Roy, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Thanks for hanging out with me in Atlanta. So if you'll tell us what your name is and who you work for, and kind of what you do, your title, and things like that, just so the Thriveal blog readers can learn a little bit more about who you guys are.
Good deal. My name is Roy Keely. I am the marketing director, which is sort of, as you know, in small business, everything from janitor, possibly clean out the dishwasher, to going out and speaking to a variety of different groups about accounting and marketing and those kinds of things. But I work for Xcentric, and that's Xcentric, and we do IT consulting for CPAs only, and we specialize in cloud services, basically bringing accounting firms to the cloud.
Okay. Now, one thing at our firm, we do cloud-based, web-based applications, and that means different things to different people. So you guys will you can take over somebody's server or something like that, and you use virtualization internally to kind of do that. Can you explain kind of, the difference between cloud and virtualization, or what some of that means, and how you sell it to your clients?
Right. In a very simple way, if you're in the cloud, you don't have to worry about virtualization. Somebody's taking care of that for you. Your cloud provider is oftentimes usually using the benefits of virtualization to increase their profitability or their capacity, et cetera, et cetera. So cloud computing is basically your services, your applications, your fill in the blank delivered via the web. It can be in a variety of different fashions. It can be a variety of different looks and feels, actually. But in essence, it is a trusted third party that you're asking to deliver your applications. And they can be very simple applications or very complex applications.
Now, I wanted to come video your data center, but y'all wouldn't let me. Can you tell me why?
If a data center is a good data center, they're not going to let you take pictures. They're not going to let you even look at their SAS 70 audit. They're not going to let you look at their architecture files. Why? Because they're private. They're meant to be discreet. You wouldn't know it, data center, if you drove past it. It might have a number on the side, but it's never going to have, come look at me, I'm a data center. And so they don't want people inside taking pictures due to obvious privacy concerns.
Now, as we move people to the cloud, one question we always get is security. That's always a huge issue. And so I talk about, 128-bit encryption, login, whatever the heck that stuff is.
Right.
We also talk about SAS 70 audits that the providers have to, succumb to. Can you explain kind of what some of that is and what the heck is the SAS 70 that a provider would have to obtain?
Yeah, I mean, you want to look for SAS 70s, and SAS 70s are basically an assessment that a CPA firm often helps contribute to, and it says there are some internal controls that are not only established but also being followed for a track record of time. And those processes are really just to ensure your safety and security of your data. And your data is needing to be encrypted and protected behind firewalls, and also physically protected. And oftentimes the cloud is a good alternative for security, because you cannot afford to be secure at every weak point. There's a weak point somewhere in your armor if you're in-house. And out-house there might be as well, but it's going to be less risky, or oftentimes a provider will have filled those gaps where you might be lacking internally just because you can't afford it. It's hard to maintain profitability when you're spending a bunch of money on technology. It's not the game you should be in.
Yeah. So, I mean, SAS is, you have a third party? Is it a CPA firm that comes in and has to audit your processes, or just a third-party consulting firm?
I believe in most cases a SAS 70 Type 2 certification always has a CPA touching audit controls, internal audit processes, those kinds of things. So there'll always be a CPA involved, and usually an IT person that's got some kind of CPA preference, but typically it's 1 to 3 people coming in and doing an audit such as that.
Okay. You blog pretty extensively on Xcentric's website, and you were talking to me about some, paper-based systems used to give us touch points with our clients, and you kind of mentioned to me, which was kind of neat to realize that when we go virtual with our clients, it takes away the paper, and thus taking away the touch points with our clients. So kind of, can you summarize that blog, and then we'll kind of end after that?
Yeah. Going digital is great. It creates a lot of leverage for CPAs and your staff, and not having people walk through your door all the time just to hand over a shoebox of receipts and stuff is great. So go digital, go paperless, all those kinds of things. There's a lot of benefits to that. However, at the same time, you're a professional services firm. And professional services historically, and it's still true today despite all the technology, value is created through face-to-face meetings, personal meetings. And if everything's gone electronic, there's something to the human component of professional services that really wants a person to look at. And so we realize that in our business. You as a professional service providers realize that in yours. But when you're thinking about going digital and you're going less paper or paperless, work those touch points back into your process. As you remove aspects of your workflow out, aka paper, insert in value creation times, call them touch points, call them whatever, but make sure you're touching your clients how you should and create value. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to use the excuse of paper anymore. Just call them out of the blue or meet with them out of the blue and say, I just want to make sure you're doing okay.
Okay. And you kind of gave me an idea of how to do that. It's kind of, what was your suggestion for me to buy something for them and send it to them when they sign up for our services? Tell them what that was.
Yeah, a good idea, and we're thinking about doing it at our company, but we have clients all over the country, and we don't get to see them, and they don't get to see us, and they spend a lot of money with us, and they want to see us. So roll into costs or pass along the cost, however you want to do it, but send them all webcams and research the easiest one to plug and play, and meet with them over the web. And that does satisfy some of the sort of human component that you get to see someone, you get to see their body language and those kinds of things. So take a look at webcams and just see what they might be able to provide your firm and be able to sort of have those face-to-face meetings over the web.
Cool. All right, so just give us your website and maybe your contact info and then who you serve, specifically who your market is in there.
Yep. So Roy Keely, Keely at Xcentric.com, and Xcentric.com is our website. And we serve CPAs, and we help them bring their technology into the cloud, or we can also help them in an on-site, on-premise fashion as well. So look us up.
Cool. Thanks, Roy. Appreciate it.